Hey everyone, I'm here to review my EVGA Geforce GTX 980. I just got this the other day and I did a review of like the installation and everything, and I kind of showed you my overview of my computer, what I am running this on. So basically the whole idea was I'm going to take a few games here and I'm just going to run them full blast and see how it runs, and here are some of the results. So first game I'm going over here is Evolve. Now, Evolve, again, this has everything going for it. It's on very high, and I have TXAA on just to see how well it runs. I'm not saying I like it better than other anti-aliasings, but just it normally is the most I notice it's kind of costly. So put that on, and game. I don't know what is up with this game. The VSync, I don't know if it actually works or not, because even when I have it on, it's doing 140 frames per second, and the video card is just, yeah, it's killing it. It's only hitting like 67, 70% even doing that. So, and this is one of the newest games I have, possibly the newest game that I have, and well, maybe except for one, but you'll see. So, yeah, it ran it really well. And then we have Titanfall, which the the frame buffer kind of went up pretty far. It almost took up the whole 4 gigs of memory, but the rest of it just handled that really well. It was doing 50-60% at full blast, and absolutely no trouble whatsoever running this. And mind you, I'm running 1080 at 70 frames per second because I have the overclocked monitor. So for a multiplayer game, that's especially like this, that's what you want. I can you can have it look as nice as you can have it, and yet still get the frame rates that you want. Next game I tried was Dragon Age 2, because I'm playing that now, and I have a couple mods on there, including a high-res texture mod, which goes a little over the 2 gigs range on the frame buffer memory. So yeah, that game, yeah, I mean, expectedly it killed it. It did really good, and ran the full 70 frames the whole time, and just flawless, no problems whatsoever. And then Far Cry 3 was a little bit more rough on it. It hit around like 80, 85, 90% on the card, and maybe a little spikes here and there. Basically, but it still would run at the full 70 almost the whole time. Every once in a while, it would drop down to 65. Probably not able to tell in the video, but it would only do it for a couple seconds and go back up. It wasn't noticeable really at all, and ran it really well. And then we have a little surprise here, Star Citizen. Now, I love Chris Roberts and everything, and for the longest time he was saying, the 780, you might only be able to get medium settings on this and run it at 60 frames. Now, maybe that is true. I never tried it. I don't have the 760 to try it on, but from what I saw and what I played with, as you can see, ran really great. Had it on very high, and it ran at the full 70 the whole time, no problems. It kick up like 70-75% on the graphics card, and even processor and everything really didn't really do too much damage. It ran it really well. So I think he was over exaggerating on what it was doing. Now, mind you, this is the early version. Also, there wasn't as much going on as I'm sure it can get to. Like, I think there was a little bit of physics going on. I know that's supposed to have it in there. I didn't really notice. I saw my second card like kick like a second here and there, but not much going on. So, but yeah, ran it great. Now, the next part I will be doing is trying out physics games with it. Now, basically, the whole point here was Nick, or Cell Processing, as some of you know, did a little challenge to me. Basically, he's like, you should just take out the 460. It's not doing you any good or whatever. Just taking up power and whatever. And maybe to some extent he is right. But what I wanted to do was test it out for itself. And so basically what I did is I took a few games that have physics effects in it, and I ran them with the 460 doing the physics itself, and then I went back and did another round just 980 doing everything and seeing how well they ran. So here we go. Alright, first to check this, you right click and go to NVIDIA control panel, and then you go to the physics options here, and as you can see, you can swap between which card you want to choose. I'll stick with the 460 for right now. Alright, first game I'll be showing here is Batman Arkham Origins, and just to show you here, I have all the settings, everything at full blast settings all the way up, and here it goes on the 460. Now, as you can see here, Batman has a lot of the actual cloth on his cape, and everything is flowing, and you have the walking through the snow, deformation and everything, and then we have prevalent physics scene, they're walking through here, and you're just kicking around paper and everything. Some of the cool other effects that it has is the smoke, actually physically reacting with everything. We got an average of 65 frames per second. Alright everyone, as you can see here, we got the memory clock clocked up, and then we have the CPU or GPU usage of the 460 and the memory usage and everything over here, and it actually is a lot lower on the other one, but now we're going to try and switch it over to the 980 and have it run the physics and see how it does. Alright, so you can see we're dropping down, and basically the average was 62, and it seemed to be a little bit lower here, so I'm just running on the 980. Alright, as you can see here, basically more GPU usage, temperature's up a little bit higher, and well, the frame rate was kind of up and down a little bit more than what we saw with the 460. Alright, next game I'm going over is Metro that I tried this out on. So the first one is of course the 460, and as you can see here we have sparks flying everywhere, and then there's cloth moving, and then eventually we get to explosions and lots of gunfire and whatnot. Now, mind you, this is a benchmark at full blast, a tessellation, and everything that I could have turned on, and see what our results are. We have average frame rate of 49 and a maximum frame rate of 88, and that's on the 460. Let's see how the 980 does. Alright, as you can see here, our average frame rate went down a little bit at 45 instead of the 49, and it really pumped the GPU as hard as it could. It took a little bit off when I was running the 460, but as you can see, the maximum frame rate actually went up a tiny bit, but the overall average frame rate went down. Alright, quick overview. Basically, the Geforce GTX 980 is one amazing card. It's fantastic. I'm going from the 760 to that, and the 760 itself is a wonderful, wonderful card, and I recommend it to anyone that's using it. But yeah, I mean, the GeForce 980, if you got the money, you got the cash to spend it, I definitely recommend it. So overall, it blows through games. It just kicks the shit out of them. Very few games even has to put up a fight with physics. That overview. Now the 980 handles it perfectly fine on its own. As we noticed, there's only a few frames, maybe 5 frames per second difference between the two. But if you have a second card, use it. It technically does better. And something else I didn't go over is, another reason I have it is for like Mudbox and Unreal and Unity and stuff when I'm actually doing work. And there it does a lot better than the 760. I can go further in my sculpting. I can, everything runs faster when I'm playing around with Unity or Unreal. So there, it just definitely does better than what the 760 could do. So it's a great card. I hope everyone will, gotta get my thumbs up there. Hopefully everyone who watched this, hopefully you liked the video. I hope you enjoyed the new beginning of it, and trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, Twitter. Follow me at merchant_lemon, and go to finalsavepoint.com to follow us there. Of course, subscribe here if you like our videos, and please, we have tons of videos. Watch them. We try to be entertaining. And uh, and of course our Facebook page. Follow us on there as we post a lot of random stuff up there. It's kind of our little news feed. So, all right, everyone. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think, and see you later.